1. Las Vegas. Las Vegas once symbolized neon lights that never dim, casinos that never close, and tourists filling the Strip every hour of the day. For decades, it was America's playground, where the music never stopped and the jackpots were always one spin away. Yet, this past summer told a different story. Game day. Overall tourism fell by 11%, international arrivals dropped by 13%, and hotel occupancy slid more than 15%. In practice, that means more than 1 in every 10 hotel rooms sat empty, silent like a roulette table with no chips on it. The city hasn't lost its lights or its shows. The problem is that American travelers no longer have the spending power to treat Vegas as an all-you-can-spend destination. Domestic airfares have climbed so high that a ticket sometimes costs more than a full vacation package to Europe. Add on layers of hidden charges, from airline fees to resort fees and parking surcharges, and every trip becomes a gamble where the final bill is only revealed at checkout. The deeper problem is the city's economy. Vegas depends on a tight ecosystem of shows, restaurants, clubs, and conventions. Once occupancy dips, the dominoes fall. Performances are cut, restaurants shorten hours, and rideshare drivers wait longer for fewer fares. Gamblers still play, but they bet smaller, thinning the casino's margins. The entire ecosystem wobbles. Another challenge is the shift in younger travelers' habits. For years, Vegas thrived on a near monopoly of live shows and residencies. Now, younger generations prefer outdoor music festivals abroad that double as cultural journeys. A cheap ticket to a European festival can cost less than 4 nights in Vegas once fees are added. When the same budget buys more experiences elsewhere, Vegas loses its unique appeal. Rising labor and insurance costs also push hotels to raise nightly rates while trimming services. Housekeeping comes less often, amenities shrink, and guests feel like they're paying more for less. Social media. 2. New York. If Las Vegas is losing gamblers, then New York, the city that never sleeps, is facing a different kind of drama. Performing arts Broadway stages remain lit, but the audiences have thinned out. A sarcastic social media post went viral, saying it was cheaper to fly to Madrid than to book a hotel room in Manhattan. It sounded like a joke, but it reflected a painful truth. The city lost nearly 2 million international visitors in one season alone, which translated into about $4 billion in lost revenue. The problem is that the cost of entry has become too high. The price spiral comes from layers of costs stacked on top of each other. Hotel taxes are steep, service fees pile on, and restaurant bills climb because of rising rent and minimum wages. A mediocre room in Midtown can swallow half a pension check, and a regular dinner for a family of 4 can feel like a special occasion. On top of the costs come bureaucratic hurdles. International tourists face long waits for visas and border checks that make planning a trip feel rigid. While Europe welcomes travelers with budget flights and automated e-gates, New York greets them with long lines at immigration desks. The city's image is also under scrutiny. While central districts remain lively, the sense of safety is shaken by trash piling up and homeless encampments near luxury hotels. The ripple effect shows up in the street economy. Family-owned eateries see fewer customers, yellow cab drivers spend hours in the taxi queue, and retail shops around tourist hubs are squeezed between high rents and thinning crowds. For a family from Texas who dreamed of bringing their daughter to see Broadway, the cost of 4 days in Manhattan topped $7,000. They compared it with a 7-day Madrid-Lisbon tour, including flights and 4-star hotels for 20% less, and the decision was obvious. New York is not standing still. Some boroughs are experimenting with lodging tax breaks, and hotels are scrapping service fees to offer clear pricing. 3. California. California has always been painted as the Golden State, a land of dreams filmed under the Hollywood sign. From the beaches of Malibu to the vineyards of Napa to the granite walls of Yosemite, it promised both glamour and natural wonder. Palm tree yet, today, the shine feels dulled. Data shows international arrivals slipping by 9%. Los Angeles sometimes has more paparazzi than paying visitors, and the Hollywood Walk of Fame shows cracks in its attendance. The causes are deeply rooted in economics. Hotels in Los Angeles and San Francisco struggle under sky-high land values, soaring insurance premiums, and relentless utility costs. A basic hotel room can now rival a luxury suite in Lisbon or Athens. On top of cost sits perception. The homelessness crisis has become an indelible image circulated worldwide, painting a picture of disorder and insecurity. Tourists who once flocked to the Golden Gate now scroll through feeds that warn them of discomfort. Beyond the cities, natural assets like forests face challenges from wildfires, which fill skies with smoke and close parks. A family from Chicago planning a 5-day trip to LA with stops at Universal Studios and Disneyland found the total exceeded $8,000. Meanwhile, a 10-day all-inclusive European tour through Italy and Portugal was priced at $6,000. The choice was obvious. The state isn't losing because it lacks beauty, but because the value proposition has broken. Industry insiders are trying to fix it. Some cities have abolished resort fees, and tourist boards have introduced passes that bundle attractions. But these efforts cannot erase the towering costs of housing, labor, and insurance that weigh on every business. The long-term path requires reframing California's identity. Beyond beaches and movie stars, the state must package its innovation culture and its four-season outdoor opportunities into clear offerings with transparent pricing. Until then, the Golden State's brightest light will continue to cast. 4. Florida. Florida has always carried the image of eternal sunshine, a peninsula where retirees found paradise and families escaped for theme park magic. Sun for decades, the rhythm of winter here was predictable, flights from Canada landing by the thousands, beaches filled with laughter, and condos alive with seasonal neighbors. But this past winter, that tradition broke with a crash. Canadian arrivals, once the backbone of the winter economy, collapsed by 60%, the steepest drop in over a decade. Resorts that once commanded high-season premiums are now advertising desperate discounts, slashing rates by 40% and still struggling to fill rooms. The beaches remain beautiful, but the lounge chairs are vacant, occupied by gulls instead of paying guests. The reasons are layered. Politics play a role as diplomatic tensions between the US and Canada have quietly translated into consumer behavior. Canadians wield their wallets as silent votes, and many have chosen not to cross the border.